Mr. Andrew Latham, Professor of International Relations, is joining us from Washington, D.C. at this point in time. Mr. Latham, appreciate you joining us. I hope you can hear me. All right. Well, amidst dipping popularity and falling ratings, Donald Trump has imposed a 25% tariff on India. He's obviously vexed at the fact that India continues to do trade with Russia when it comes to procuring oil, energy, as well as defense equipment. What do you make of this erratic, a post that has been put out by Donald Trump? Do you think this is a preamble or a preview to something more positive, or is this the way that Donald Trump operates?
Well, it's definitely the way that he operates. I think we need to back up and look at the bigger picture. What does President Trump and his administration, how do they see the world and America's role, and how do they understand the Indo-Pacific and the alignment of forces, the balance of power in that region? And it's clear that for both geopolitical reasons, but also for economic reasons, trade reasons, the United States would love to have India completely and totally on Team USA in this multipolar world of great power competition. If for no other reason, that's a huge market potentially for the United States, both in terms of investment and in terms of selling goods, but it's also a source of many, many important commodities as well, but also geopolitically as a kind of balancer of China alongside the US and the Quad, AUKUS, et cetera. But I think President Trump is vexed by the fact that he doesn't quite understand that with multipolarity and given India's history, multi-alignment is key to understanding Indian foreign and defense policy. Yes, India is sometimes on Team Russia. It buys Russian oil, it buys replacement parts for former Soviet, now Russian military equipment. It is a founding member of BRICS, which the United States doesn't really appreciate because the Trump administration sees it as trying to draw the blueprint for an alternative rules-based international order, which is not dominated by the United States. And of course, it has a variety of tariff and non-tariff barriers, and your previous guest was absolutely right. Some of those are absolutely non-negotiable for India because they go to core constituencies, and it is a question of poverty versus more poverty, not prosperity versus more prosperity. So when Donald Trump looks at this, his instincts kick in, and his instincts are captured by the book he didn't write, but The Art of the Deal. He lived that world, but he didn't write that book. Um, he's looking now carrots and sticks, right? And right now he's in stick mode. 25% tariffs, making a lot of noises about India's alignment, partial multi-alignment, so sometimes with Russia, sometimes on the BRICS. But at the end of the day, I think that the Trump administration would love to see India foursquare in the American camp, more dependent on the US than Russia for military equipment, for example, a tighter trading relationship, and better alignment around containing, blunting China's aspirations in the Indo-Pacific and perhaps beyond. Is he clumsy? Yes. Is he successful? Sometimes, bordering on often. Um, And I just, again, to back up just a tiny little bit, I might disagree with your previous guest in this respect. I don't think it's America alone. I don't think it's America first. I think that language is somewhat dated. It is America untied, if you like, that the United States wants free reign, doesn't want to be hemmed in or tied down by formal agreements unless they favor the United States, and is willing to turn its back on Europe, for example, and say to the Europeans, it's your problem, you have the means, you take care of it, referring to Putin, of course. We have bigger fish to fry, focused on the Indo-Pacific and on hemispheric security. So I don't see an America retreating. I see an America unbridled on the world stage, and that might be equally frightening. I'm not
Hmm.
sure.
Hmm.
Remains to be seen.